Okay, so let's talk about it. So, 7 years old, I was molested by my stepdad. So my mom, like, she come like with the background. My mom, she cannot never have education. She barely know writing her name. So we coming from very poor family, very poor background. Our reality is very different. So we come with a very my grandparents. They're the best they can to help us. They my grandparents. It was good. Uh, in some point too. So my grandma did the best she could for me. She take me to the church. She gave me the background to be empathetic, to be who I am today because my grandma bring me to the church. So that's my. If I don't have faith in God, I probably not gonna be here today. Or I would probably not gonna be able to just be standing today and talk about this. So me, my mom, I believe at some point my mom already told me before she never want to have another kid. So, and it happened, she having me. So my mom, like, we come in the background, we are poor. My mom don't have education, so she cannot get a better job. So she was doing manicures, she was like doing cleaning lady, now everything she could to provide for us. But my mom, she had very bad relationships at point like abusive relationship. Like I see my mom being beat. I see my mom being like fights, physical fights was part of our household all the time. So I grew up in a household with physical violence towards two child, not just because my mom chose she was a very hard person to live with. So physical fight between couple was something very normal, like screaming, call bad names, being disrespectful towards each other was something normal. And it was something I was always asking them, so why you live that way? And ended up like my mom never have a support, so sometimes she stay with them just because they can provide like a rent for the house, or sometimes food, or sometimes nothing. She's just scared to be alone. Anyway, so at one point she find a husband. He look like seemed really nice, so he decided to adopt us as his own kid. So he have a good job, he make a good money. So my mom finally gonna have the chance to her job. It was only for her, so she can make her own money. In her own money for her job was just for her, so she can buy her bags, whatever it is, she can dress herself. So in here was the one responsible to buy, provide everything we needed. Is a kid. So then everything seems normal, like he take care of us. Like I remember my birthday, he gave me a bicycle. Like I love the bicycle. At some point, my mom ended up selling my bicycle, anyways. But my mom always take unresponsible decisions. Like my mom, I feel like she still on those days she take is a child decision, like a teenager decisions. So then my mom, she was very close to my brother, and for somehow with me, always I feel she was more disconnected. So when my mom normally go out or she go do something, she always take my brother with her, and normally left me with him in the house. So first it seems normal. Like I was 7 years old, so I don't understand anything, pretty much nothing. So it started with when my mom left the house, he started inviting me to come into the room, just like come and watch TV with me. Then he come and started with the lay down, just you know, give me some kind of affection on my hair. Then other time, then he started just pass him on, or like just pass hands on me. Next time, then he started just like asking me to just take my clothes off to lay down in the underwear. I'm like, you're okay, you're just a kid, so you don't have no problem being in your underwear. And it was in the summer, so it's like because it's way too hot, it's better for you you know in the other time you start like now you just start you can take your clothes off, and just like at some point I started feeling comfortable because I was 7 years old kid, but like I call him dad, and my mom trusted him, my family loved him because he was the only first man gave my mom a stable home with financial stability. And we are finally have a home finally, because my mom before that was like we moving house to house every 6 months. My mom changed me to school every 6 months. Like we never have a stable home after that. So it was like I was super scared because if I take that thing away from my family, we probably gonna end up in the same situation. We're never gonna have a stable home again. We're never gonna have food stable in home because we really have a hard time. My mom by herself, she never able to provide like everything we need in home. Like I never was able to really learn it properly in the school because first she changed me to school as a school all the time. We moving all the time. we have bad grades on the school because like we don't have like come home, we have our parents to just help us with the math problems so we can learn properly. We don't have our parents to explain to us anything when we have a hard time on the school. I have a lot of trouble in school. Like sometimes I get it like trouble in school just because I want her attention so she can talk to me and listen sometimes, you know. But she work a lot. The time she was in home, like she come late all night. So me and my brother stay by ourselves in home sometimes, or we are the one responsible to clean, to cook. And we are like 7 years old kid. Like I learned to cook food like at 7 years old. My brother was the one responsible to take care of me. So that's how was our household. So finally we have a stable home with them in, and I call him dad. So I never think you're gonna go in that direction. So then there when it started the hands, then it started fingers. Then I started telling my mom every time my mom would go take my brother with her to do something. I cried to her, I was like, "Can I take with me with you, please? I don't want to be with the dad in the house." And she's like, "No, you stay with your dad." And I cried, "Please, can I take him you?" Because I know soon she leave the house, the abuse is gonna start it. But I tell her, "Please, mom, take me." And she's like, "No, why you don't want to be your dad? You're ungrateful." And she's always ended up mad with me. So and I don't know more to say. So in some point, like I was telling her, like daddy started touching me, and she's like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, beat me because she think I was lying. And in some point, that's when it started. He really, he really did it. He really raped me. And on that point, I feel something was really, really, really big. It was taken away from me. Not just me is a girl. I feel half of me was taken away from that point. And I told my mom, "Please, can I you can I you just stay one day and try to see?" So one day my mom decided to just hide herself on the roof, and she told him she gonna leave the house and decide to stay behind the windows. And when soon she leaves, she asked him to come and to ask him to she gonna go out, and she gonna and she decided to stay behind the window. So soon she left the house, he called me to go in her room. That's when she was behind the windows and she saw him call me in the room to start to touch me again. So I have a problem after that. She taken me to the hospital and everything. That time she didn't want to press charge because my family and everything. So then the problem came because now we have a real huge problem on the house. So she taken me to the hospital. Then after that, I not ashamed to say I pee in my bed until I have 12 years old. After that, I have so much like infections and problems, problems to everything, problem for sleep, problem for pee, anything. I got so much issues towards to that. And I feel something was taken from me that day. Like I totally lost the entire connection I was starting to see. I lost my family that day because my mom was already not that close to me. But when that thing happened, then really things started going down because now my mom have to come back to work for provide for us. Now entire family and pressure her to press charge from him, and everyone just feels like they don't know how to ask the properly questions for me. And as a 7 years old kid, I don't know how to explain to them, "Hey, this hurt." And everything I want at that time, beside people just keep question what happened, what he did, why he did it, when he did it, and everyone asking questions, but nobody never take me to do therapy. Nobody really just like really understands. Even like I my thank you to my grandma, she decided to take me to the church so can help me do it deal with what I'm going through. Don't hate my mom for she because my mom at some point said she throw on my face. Now look how much I have to work because it's your fault. My mom, she was very problematic at that time too with her head. So she was just punished. Like I feel like I was being punished because now she had to work more and everything. She don't have time to be in the home. She don't have time to expend her money with herself anymore because now because everything happened to me. So my dad disappeared. I have when I born because no, don't know the reasons very well. So I never saw my real dad. Then when my stepdad did that to me, so my mom decided to find my real dad, my biologic dad, and she reached out to him and she said, "Now we're gonna be with your dad." And I was like, "You say no on my dad?" And she just presented me for my dad. So when you have a kid in your house, very careful for the man you're gonna date. Not just because he pay your bills, he seems really cool for you, he provide you a really cool vibe. Doesn't mean he's trustable. Before you left your kids with someone you really don't know, because that time my mom like maybe she know that guy for a year or two, you know, and she decided just move with him right away. Like, be careful when you met someone, you have a kid, you're gonna decide to move with them right away. You don't know them. Be careful. Like, watch for the signs when you're gonna left your kids. When you come back, ask, "Hey, how was?" Don't just judge it. Just ask, "Hey, how was everything? Did you feel comfortable? You guys have fun?" Ask you questions in a fun way, besides just asking a judgmental way. Look like the kid gonna be in trouble. Because my problem with me, because we coming from a very poor household, like I already know if I say something more like it's right away, we're gonna end up in the street again with nothing. And like I know my mom is gonna have a hard time, so I keep holding the little red flags. I was thinking, maybe because he loved me, maybe because he's my dad, maybe this is normal because I don't talk with another kids. We don't spend that much time with another kid's house because my mom works, so me my brother have to clean the house, can cook food. So we always responsible for the chores on the house because my mom work. So I don't know if that thing was normal or not. I don't have a parents or people say, "Hey, if someone taught you over here, that's inappropriate. If someone do this, that's inappropriate." So you have to be able to be a very friend with your kid, so your kid gonna feel very comfortable to talk to you when something going to. I never was very friend with my mom. For some reason we are not have that close bond as daughter and mom. So I was really hard for me to know how to talk to her and say, "Hey, this is going on, I don't know what to do." But I know we're gonna end up in that situation with no food and have hard financial problem again, and we're not gonna have a stable home again. We're gonna move in school again, and I have that responsibility to worry about a 7 years old kid. Okay, if I tell the truth, we're gonna come back to being homeless again, or we're not gonna have food again. I have to leave the school again. I'm not gonna be able to have good grades and just keep going. Iceball is a 7 years old kid. I have to worry about what's gonna be the future of my family if I tell the truth, what's going through with me. So before you decide if you have a kids, before you decide to move in with a man, find out who it is, man. Talk to him. And if that person have like, I know some like a crazy story, like you need to investigate that person life before you left that person alone with your kid. No move right away with a man you don't know. He's so nice, he love my kid, but just watch out before, because after something is taken from your kid, maybe that kid, I pray to God for be mentally strong to know how do we deal with that. Thank you God I have my grandparents, but later on that happened. It's really sad to say, but I have a like is a happen in my family that's normal, because some people think that's normal. That's not normal when adult is not your kid. Touch in the kid's privacy, like private parts. That's not normal. Make some jokes when touching private parts. That's not normal. Ask your friendly question to your kids before, like for the kids not feel that pressure, they're gonna be in trouble. Be friends with your kids at a point they're gonna feel comfortable enough for anything bad happen. Can be with stepdad, or can be with kids on the school, can be with friends, can be with uncle, cousins, or whatever. Who is it? You have to be very friendly, because some kids they are scared because they're gonna be in trouble, just like I wasn't. They feel scared because they know what the parents going through, so they scared to put the family in even more trouble. But I promise you, something was taken from me I can never recover. But I learned because my faith in God, I learned to forgive that person, move on with my life. In the point it later on when I was 14 years old, I met that person again and I told him, I forgive you. I forgive you because I will not take that thing on my heart. And today I talk to my mom and I tell her, I forgive you. I forgive you because I will not bring that dumbbells on my shoulders when I point I will drag that thing with the day I die. I decide to be free of any trauma hurts me. I decide to move on my life. That's however, if I tell you this affect me in the person I am today, probably. Affect me in my relationships today, probably. You know why? Because something was so special. I was something taken from me in a very young age. And as I'm growing, getting older, I have to learn to manage that. So me, I have a lot of health issues in the beginning when I was a teenager due to the thing that was taken away from me in a very young age. But I learned to manage that. I learned to be healthy. I learned to just talk with teenagers. Like I talk with your kid, ask what's going on. And especially have girls talk with them. Hey, how's it going? If they have a boyfriend, ask it, talk friendly. Let them be open enough to talk about it, anything, any signs go wrong. Because sometimes we want to be parents, but sometimes we need, or is a kid, I promise you, I wanted my mom be my friend so bad. A lot of things maybe don't happen to me if I have a mom a little bit more friend with me. She was just a little bit more close to me. If we probably have that bond as a mom and daughter, I will probably a lot of less things happen to me today. Or if you probably have a biological father present, probably that thing was even better to me. But you know why? I have two choices at 34 years old today. Keep holding myself to my trauma and living miserable, or just keep moving forward and try to use this as a like it's a kind of a gas to keep my truck moving. You know, between choosing to hold to the trauma, I choose to move on and using my story to talk about single parents, teenagers, women's. Finding that person you can feel comfortable enough to talk about it, but share. Don't hold that trauma inside of you. If you don't feel comfortable in the same room with a man or any person really abuse you, talk with someone. Don't be scared about being in trouble because something you accept right now became a routine, and at some point you're just gonna think that's normal. That's not normal. If someone tell love you, they never gonna permit that thing to happen to you. And sometimes their life is so busy they don't really pay attention what's going on. But talking open about it, share your story. We women, we supposed to be united to talk about how grow as a person. But my advice for you, don't hold to your trauma. Your trauma to what happened to you years ago don't define your future. Don't define who you are. Just left that thing behind and move it forward, but use your story to motivate another people to keep moving forward. Don't hold yourself to the trauma. Let that thing go. And parents, watch for your kids. Watch for the signs. Try talk very friendly with them. When they spend time or like in some friend's house for like a sleepover, ask them how was it? How was the parents? What you guys did it? Oh, it was fun. Talk to me. I'm your best friend. You can talk to me about anything. I will never be mad to you. I will never punish you for telling me the truth. I will never punish you to tell me the truth. I'm your friend. I'm your protector. And I'm here by your side for anything happen. Today, I don't have a kid and I'm 34 years old. I have a miscarriage in 2022, devastated me as a person. But I dream so bad to have a kid. I dream so bad because I come from a very disturbing childhood, and I want to have a kid just to build in the most loving and powerful environment to raise a kid, to educate them with everything I don't have on my home, to protect them, and for anything with my life and my heart on it. So I'm here as a kid one day I wasn't. One mom I probably was gonna be one day. Protect your kid. Be his best friend. Talk to him. I will not punish you never to tell me the truth. Talk to me. I'm your best friend. I'm your protector. And I'm by your side with whatever happens. So we can protect our new generation. So we can protect our children. So we can build our children strong to say, you can talk to me and you can trust me. So this is a little bit about my story. I hope this helped you understand and to be a really best friend with your kid. Thank you so much for following me. I hope you have a good day. God bless you guys. God bless our children. God protect us from the evil walk around us. God protect our nation so we can have a better generation. God bless you guys.